Got a brand new archetype featuring a Dark Witch, and I hope you're ready for an entire new fire archetype. Don't make 30% of you that have not smashed the ever-living crap out of that subscribe button. Smash it so you guys don't miss out on more awesome. I know this is really late in the night here, but translations have been very slow for this set. So these are the Sacred or Treasure Hunting with the Wicked Witch, Diabell Star, and I can already tell you the waifu tax is already up through the roof on this. This is going to be on a level 7, 2500, 2000 to start things off here. You only special summon this card with the first effect, this card's name once per turn. You can only use the second, third effects, this card's name once per turn. So you can special summon this card from your hand by sending one other card from your hand or field to the graveyard. So it's a free -1 on special, it do its thing here. And then on normal or special, you can set one Tainted Treasure spell or trap directly from your deck to your field, which is pretty good, honestly. And if this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard during the opponent's turn, send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard to special summon this card, which now in turn will then trigger the ability for you to go ahead and set another Tainted Spell and Trap cards. Seems good to me. Next up is the Tainted Treasure Hunter Fiend. And this is her, by the way. This is hilarious. I love the art here for this. So you can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. So you can add a Diabell Star monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. And by the way, this is on a quick play. So they wanted you to have immediate access, immediate pull ability for this. And then during your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Target one of your Tainted Treasure spells and traps that is banished or in your graveyard, except for the Tainted Treasure Hunter Fiend, and place it in the bottom of the deck and draw a card. So they don't want you, essentially looping these back and forth, but this does give you replaceability in the form of a draw and a searchable method to toggle for literally any monster in the archetype. I do kind of have a feeling this is going to have Eldritch the Golden Lord syndrome here, where, we're going to be locked behind, unfortunately, just, a one monster. And then we have the Tainted Treasure of Doom, Ludelia? Another quick play spell card. They are unloading these quick plays on us. So you only activate one card with this card's name per turn, as per usual. Target a level 7 or higher spellcaster you control and apply these effects in sequence. That face-up monster is unaffected by other monster effects this turn, but send it to the graveyard during the standby phase of the next turn. Okay. All face-up monster your opponent currently controls lose attack equal to that monster's attack. Then if any of those monsters' attack have been reduced to 0, destroy it. So this is actually technically a Dark Magician support, which is kind of cool because it's target a level 7 or higher spellcaster, and then you get a free unaffected by monster effects, and then you get to go ahead and dump everything down on attack points. So I think that's kind of cool. Like, thinking about the double-sided synergy of things that you get with this is pretty cool here. And then we have the Tainted Treasure of Betrayal, Sylvia. Oh, wow. This is a huge manifestation here. So you can only use the first and second effects of this card's name per turn, and only once that turn. So we can send one Diabell Star monster from our hand or face on the field to graveyard, target one face-up card on the field, negate its effects. That is such a high cost, but alright. When your opponent activates a card or effect in response to the activation of your Diabell Star monster effect or Tainted Treasure spell and trap card, you can banish this card from your graveyard to negate that opponent's effect. Now that I like. Having cards that can negate like this, they've done a pretty good job with like the modern monster effects here. I think Illusionist were a particularly good example where, you can put negates on cards after they serve their purpose and then have them banished from the graveyard to have these additional condition effects for that. And I think that's actually pretty good. Now, we're going to be taking a look at the other new cards. I had enough time to run to Taco Bell here between, the releases of these cards for translation tonight. So now we're going to talk about the Snake Eyes here. So the first one is going to be the Snake Eye Excel. This is going to be a level 1 fire, and I hope that, Bonfire's not out yet in the TCG, but I hope that you really are ready for these. So 800, 1000 on a level 1 fire pyro. On normal or special, somebody add one level 1 fire monster from your deck to your hand. You can send this card and one other face-up card that you control to the graveyard. So also summon a Snake Eyes monster from your hand or deck, except for Snake Eye Excel. Alright? So right off the bat, free special summon, I guess, and free extensions. Next up is the Snake Eye Oark. Oh boy, this is a 900, 200. These aren't very, like, powerful. If this card is normal special summon, target one of your level 1 fire monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. Either add it to your hand or special summon it. Okay, so we got another little extension going on here. You can send this card and one other face-up card you control the graveyard. Special summon a Snake Eye monster from your hand or deck, except for Oak or Orc. So, basically, I like the little feature that they're pushing here with these guys is, you know, you get the ability to step through into other monsters, at least. Okay. So next up is the Snake Eye White Birch. That is an ugly tiger. Okay, so you can only special summon with this card's first effect. This card's name once written, and only use the second effect this card's name once written. So if you control a fire monster, special summon this from your hand. Okay. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, send this card and one other face-up card you control the graveyard. Special summon one Snake Eye monster from your hand or deck, except for the White Birch. Okay, that's interesting. And then we have, I'm assuming that this is one of our boss monsters here. This is a 3025 on a level 8. Okay. So you can only use the first, second, and third effects of this card's name once per turn each. So you can target one monster in the graveyard face up on the field and place it in its owner's spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. So that's what the Snake Eye spell did. For those of you that don't know, it is a spell card that we got that gave you the ability to dump something into spell and trap card zone. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target one monster card on the field that is treated as a continuous spell. Special summon to your side of the field. Oh boy, Crystal Beast is really not going to like this. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can special summon 2 level 1 fire monsters. Luckily, it has to be from the graveyard. If this gave you the ability to dump this from the hand, summon 2 level 1s from the deck, this would have been insane as a card. So we do have a little bit of a limiter placed on this, but these are very interesting cards so far. Next up is the Shrine of the Serpentine Serpentine Sight Snake Eye. When this card resolves, you can place one Snake Eye monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up in its owner's spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. It's interesting. Level 1 fire monster control gain 1100 attack points. Okay. Once per turn, if your opponent normal special summons a monster, you target one card on the field is treated as a continuous spell and trap card and special summon it to your field. All right, as long as it's a monster, you get to go ahead and bring it on. That's interesting. This does feel like it gives the deck a little bit more extra value. Okay. And then we have the original Tainted Treasure Snake Eye. Oh boy, this is actually really cool. So you only activate one of the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn, only once that turn. Send one other face-up card you control the graveyard. Special summon one level 1 fire monster from your hand or deck. Okay, I mean, that's a little bit rough, but okay. You can banish this card from the graveyard, target one Snake Eye or Diabell Star monster in your graveyard. Add one level 1 fire monster from your deck to your hand, and then place targeted monster in the bottom of the deck. This is actually interesting. So we can Foolish Burial Goods dump this, but we have to target a Snake Eye or Diabell Star monster to return back. So I mean, it's like a turn 2 Rhoda, but like you are only going to get your secondary value off of this. I feel like they tried to make this card extremely fair, and I understand, like, you know, when you're looking at like good cards like this, you do kind of have to put some, you know, extra pressure on them. Then we have the Glaring Ruler. Wow, that is so cool. So this is the Glaring Ruler Snake Eyes. Normal trap. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. If the total level of all Snake Eye monsters you control are equal to 2 or more, activate one of these effects. That's interesting. Target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, or face on the field, place it face up in the spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. Or target one monster on the field as a continuous spell, and special summon it to your field. So, they really, this is basically like Konami's way of using like Gorgon, or yeah, what is it, Medusa's? Gorgon, what was I thinking? Medusa's like freeze ability, you know, petrification, and you get to go ahead and special summon it to your side of the field. That's kind of what we've got going on here, with a side of witch lore tied into this. I actually kind of like this. This is kind of interesting. So, what do you think about everything that we got today? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace. Patrons. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.